Are we live on YouTube?
Yes.
We'll wait for Ken to tell us.
He says we're live.
Okay, now we're gonna resume the regular scheduled regular meeting. That's what you want to say. So we're coming out of executive session. We're gonna resume the regular meeting.
Okay, we're coming out of executive session and we will resume the regular meeting. So we will start the readings now. Stevie.
First reading of an ordinance authorizing the city fiscal officer to send a letter to the county auditor's office vacating liens on the real estate tax duplicates against partial number 34-50-00-0320-00 in the amount of $8,859.28. This letter is contingent upon proof of the purchase of the parcel by the city, address being 2023 or 223 South Arch Street, Fremont, Ohio, 43420, currently owned by Morton's Properties LLC and declaring an emergency.
I move to suspend Rule 4.
Second.
Okay, Angie Reese moves to suspend Rule 4. Christine Weiss seconds. Is there any comment on the suspension of Rule 4? No? Any comment from the public on the suspension of Rule 4?
Usually don't do that.
All right. Roll call.
Smith,
Yes.
Addy,
Yes.
Elder,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Leibold,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Sleek.
Yes.
Madam President, I move for adoption.
I second it.
Jenny Addy moves to adopt. Jim Sleek seconds. Any questions or comments from council? Any questions or comments from the public?
Madam President, I see no questions or comments from the public at this time.
Okay. Roll call.
Addy,
Yes.
Elder,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Leibold,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Sleek,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Approved. Okay, next reading.
First reading of an ordinance to authorize the expenditure and direct the Safety Service Director to enter into an agreement with Morton Properties LLC in the amount not to exceed $66,600.00 for the purchase of 223 South Arch Street, Fremont, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
I move to suspend Rule 4.
I'll second it.
Angie Reese moves to suspend Rule 4. Jim Sleek seconds. There any discussion on the suspension of Rule 4? Okay, roll call.
Elder,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Leibold.
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Sleek,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Addy.
Yes.
Move to adopt.
Second.
John Elder moves to adopt. I think Chris Leibold seconds. Is there any questions or comments on this ordinance? No, is there any question or comment from the public?
Madam President, no questions or comments from the public at this time.
Okay, roll call.
Reese,
Yes.
Leibold,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Sleek,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Addie,
Yes.
Elder.
Yes.
Approved. Next reading,
First reading of an ordinance to authorize the expenditure and direct the Safety Service Director to enter into an agreement with William Calum and Amanda Allender in an amount not to exceed $24,500.00 for the purchase of 310 Burchard Avenue, Fremont, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
I move to suspend Rule 4.
Second.
Angie Reese makes a motion to suspend Rule 4. Christine Weiss seconds. Any comments on the suspension of Rule 4? Roll call.
Livo,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Sleek,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Addie,
Yes.
Elder,
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
I move to adopt.
I second.
Was that Jim Sleek that moved to adopt?
Yes.
And who second?
Everybody.
I'll take it.
Who said I'll take it?
Not Denny.
Danny Addy, seconds. Sorry, I just didn't hear it. Any questions or comments on this? No, any comments or questions from the public?
Madam President, I see no questions or comments from the public at this time.
Okay. Roll call.
Weiss,
Yes.
Sleek,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Addie,
Yes.
Elder,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Livo.
Yes.
Approved. Okay, that ends the readings, and we're gonna have a few people speak tonight, and first off will be Paul Grau.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted a few minutes to remind members of council, so maybe you could do a little favor for me and remind your constituents, and as well as any members of the public that are watching now or later, that the filing deadline for our income taxes that was extended earlier this year due to the COVID issue is now fast approaching. It was extended to July 15th. So if anybody has not filed their income taxes, to please make sure that you do that. The income tax administrator is available via phone. We are doing appointments in City Hall. We're just asking people to wear a mask and abide by all the social distancing guidelines. And we're trying to schedule those appointments so that we don't have any overlap of people in the lobby and those sorts of things. You can always file online through Rita, or you can even call the income tax administrator's office, and that number's on the city website, and she can try and do your filing via telefile over the phone. So you don't even have to come in. In many cases, we're able to get everybody taken care of, but we just want to try and get that push to make sure everybody's filed. Even if you have your income taxes withheld from your employer, we mandate that everybody file, even if they don't owe any income tax to the city. So we want to make sure that we get all those done so that we don't have any non-filers out there and they're paid in full, but they end up getting a penalty or a fine because they didn't actually file their tax return on time. So the federal tax return is fast approaching. Your state tax return is fast approaching, as is the city. So we just wanted to get that public information out there, and we're gonna start putting some social media posts out as well. But just wanted to use tonight to kind of start putting that bug in everybody's ear to start make sure everything's filed. So thank you very much.
Thank
Paul,
you.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Paul, so just to make it clear on this, my company has filed my employment or my taxes with Rita. I still need to do something?
If they've withheld and remitted your taxes to Rita, then we've gotten that payment through your withholding, but you still have to come in and file your taxes. Yes.
Oh,
So your employer hasn't filed your income taxes yet. Your employer has just withheld and remitted the money that you owe for the city. But your filing, yeah, you still have to actually go through the process of getting your tax return, the actual form filed.
and even though you've already paid Rita at the time of filing your taxes?
If you've actually filed and paid, then you should be good. If you're not sure, I would just call Janet Schroeder in the income tax office. She can look it up real quick and let you know if you're good to go or if you need to do a filing.
You have a number for that for everybody?
I don't know it off the top of my head. It's on the city website.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Christy
Yep, thank
Bilger. Would you like to speak, Christy?
Yes, I would. If there's any particular questions, but I did just want to remind everybody about the farmers market and car show this Saturday. There's quite a few closures because of the social distancing and so forth. So you will see Krogan from Krogan in front all the way to Hayes Avenue. And that will not happen. Those closures won't happen until about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, the 20th. And then sections of the Brady parking lot will be closed the night before because we have some activities going in there. So that'll be closed late Friday night. So just to let everybody know about that. Also an update on the Bidwell and Garrison project that's been going along beautifully. They are slated to finish that tomorrow as well. So those of you that are concerned about how people are going to get through downtown in Fremont, that will be open for people. Signs are being put out on the bridge and on State Street, Miles Newton Way, that they can still come through on APHIS, but then they're to turn to go down Bidwell and off in Krogan to get out. So just wanted to remind everybody, about the great event that's planned, all the guidelines we've been following, and then about those closures, which are really, really big, because this is usually a very large closure for us. So everybody to be aware, to pay attention to those signs and adhere to those signs. And then the update on the Bidwell project. Does anybody have any questions for me on any of that stuff? Okay, thank you. Anything else?
No, but thank you so much.
Amy, thank you, council.
You, Christy.
Thank you.
Madam President, if I could,
Yes.
again, this is Paul Grove.
Sure.
I do have that number. I do have that number for Denny and anybody else from the public. So the Income Tax Administrator's office is 419-334-8969. So that's
Okay.
all. Thank you.
Thank you. So if there's no other business, I would ask someone to make a motion to close.
I move
Move to
adjourn.
close.
Chris Leibold makes a motion to close.
I'll second.
John Elder seconds. Roll call. Stevie?
Hammond, Sleek,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Addie,
Yes.
Elder,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Leibold,
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Adjourn.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.